I am taking 4 ferries in 4 nights and I'm calling it a DIY cruise. The idea was that I'd take night ferries into these destinations and spend a day in each exploring, just like you do on a traditional cruise. And this is all to answer the question, can this be a budget-friendly and feasible alternative to cruising? I did some research and I found that the cheapest Western Mediterranean cruise in September was this much. But this doesn't include tips. That rate is this much. So, can my DIY cruise, including everything, ferry tickets, cabin reservations, food and entertainment, come to substantially less than an all-inclusive cruise to make it worth it? And is it a feasible alternative? Let's find out. So this is who I'm sailing to Genoa with tonight, Moby, who appear to be Warner Brothers themed. Sì, grazie.
In questo cosa qua.
Grazie.
Prego.
My card, and we are all checked in. I am very hungry and I need to eat dinner before it gets too late. So I'm going to go upstairs and find the restaurant before I do anything else. Not actually super hot, but tastes good. I cannot believe I ate all of that, but somehow I did. Actually, self-devastating is slightly busier now, so I definitely went at the right time. However, this ship is nowhere near as busy as the one I was on last night. I think because it was Friday night last night, everyone was coming over to Corsica for the weekend. Now it's Saturday night, so I guess less people are travelling tonight, they're more likely to travel tomorrow. I'm standing next to these guys.
So I've never been on this ferry line before, but it seems to be Warner Brothers themed, and I'm not quite sure why. Anyone knows, let me know in the comments. So it looks like level 6 is just cabins, and then further down we've got the garages and some more cabins as well.
So let's head upstairs and see what there is there.
So this is the self-service restaurant, Macatone Latin.
And this is where I just had dinner. So these restaurants are like, not a buffet, but there'll be a few plates laid out and one of the staff members will load a plate up for you with whatever you want, or you can grab like bowls of salad or things like that, and then you pay for what you have.
And there seems to be another restaurant here that isn't open at the moment, and again the theme is continuing. The Ligabou restaurant, but yeah, does not seem to be open. This is interesting actually. It looks like there's cabins on pretty much 2, 3, 6 and 8. So not on 5 or 7. This is the sports bar, which is very busy. Quieting down a bit now though actually. The queue was huge when I just came in before, but it looks like everything else is back down and this way. Small shop in here that seems to mainly be selling toys. Does not look very open though. And there's a pizzeria here, but again, not open. I had pizza for dinner last night and for lunch today, so I'm not too bothered about that, but then the AO restaurant, which is a bit fancier, is just up here, and then there's a second bar through here.
Then if you've not booked into a cabin, you can book into a seat in the Seats Lounge, which are obviously quite a lot cheaper. However, I've noticed people have just been inflating airbeds or camping mats and just putting them in places around the ferry. Like I've noticed that on all the ferries I've been on this week, and I think that looks much more comfortable, to be honest.
Then we head upstairs to go to the outdoor areas.
Here is Bastia, where I was on this morning. What's that still doing here? I thought that was leaving at 6. Let's go down here. Very intrigued about this Warner Bros thing. There's an Aperol bar around there. And that is pretty much it for this ship, I think. It's not huge, but has everything you need. I was walking back to my cabin, but I think we have just started to move, so I might head back up to the deck just to wave goodbye to Corsica. No, we've not moved. In fact, it doesn't even look like we're on water, does it? There is some stuff going on here though. This rope is moving. There's another one at the end there. Could be another half hour yet. I'll film this coming in the morning, I think, instead. Right, before it gets too bumpy in here, let me show you the cabin. So it is a small cabin. It only fits 2 people maximum, but obviously it's just me here. It's got plenty of space just for me. Excuse the mess, I've already taken some of my stuff out. So when you walk in, you've just got the beds here on the right, and like we've seen in all of the other ferries this week, this pulls down to make a second bed,
and there is a ladder here that goes up to the top. So if there were 2 people, these would be bunk beds. There's a bedside table here, quite a small bedside table, and quite low. At the bedside table there, and these are reading lights. Oh, they've actually covered this one up. I can't even turn that one on. I guess they only open that when someone's actually in the bunk above. But this is here, you just turn it on and off. Like so. And then there's a lot of storage. It's more storage than I have in my flat. With 4 hangers and the ladder. And then here we've got a mirror. And plug sockets here. This is not an issue with the room, but my charger, multi-adapter plug, has just got jammed. This happened to my old one as well, so the EU plugs aren't really properly coming out. So I've had to use this more basic one. Anyway, it's unrelated to the room. So we've got a little desk here with a seat, a little stool, more storage if you want it. It is a bit dusty, but relatively clean. Again, the only thing I really care about is a clean sheet and a clean duvet and clean pillow, and I think I've got that. Yeah, all good on that front. I've even got an extra pillow here. On that note, we will test out the bed. Oh, that is not as comfy as they have been. That was very hard. Oh yeah, that is a hard mattress. Every other mattress I've had this week on Ferry's has been good. That is hard. I mean, I'll be able to sleep on it, but definitely the worst mattress I've had all week. At least the bed sheets are clean. I mean, that is the bare minimum when you're paying for a cabin, but that is always the most important thing to see, I think. Let's go through to the bathroom. I don't know why, but whenever I go in this bathroom, it seems to be really noisy. Light is on. So, pretty standard. Shower here, temperature control. Now, on the ferry I was on last night, the shower looked like this, so I did not have one. So I definitely do need to have a shower tonight. There's a bit of like mildew and stuff, but it's not like it was last night, so I will actually be able to use that one, so that's good. Moby branding we've got here. Sink, bin, toilet, instructions, and 2 towels here, and an assortment of soaps and body washes. So yeah, that's the room. Pretty basic. I will probably rate it above last night's because the shower really put me off last night's, although the bed is a lot worse. But not as nice as the first 2 nights were the best nights I had, definitely. Shower was all good. I have had some good showers on these ferries. Other places I've travelled have not had the same level of showers, let me tell you. Right, I'm gonna get ready and get in my PJs. I've got a little bit of chocolate to have, and I have 2 more episodes of Emily in Paris to watch, so we're having a wild night on the med.
Bandmate and ex-boyfriend.
It's definitely time to get some shut eye. So I'm gonna sleep now, hopefully get a good night, and I will check back in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Despite the hard mattress, I did sleep very well. I could have done with an extra few hours though. This is my petition to make all ferries last until at least 10 in the morning. Anyway, I've just had a knock on my door. It's not a very effective announcement system they've got here. I heard an announcement, but I couldn't hear it in my cabin, so I had to open my door to hear it, but by that time, the English one had stopped. Then I got a knock on the door saying buongiorno. So I guess that means get up and get sorted.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We invite our kind passengers to leave the cabins, not to forget any personal objects on board, and to return the magnetic card to the information desk. We also remind you that the bars and self-service.
Alright, let's go. We've got 1 full bottle of water still, and 1 bottle with radiation in it. So I'm gonna down this. And then I've got to give this back to reception. Breakfast time. I wasn't sure about getting a coffee, as I didn't want to ask if they had soy milk or oat milk, but I've got a Americano. I figured, as I'm in Italy, I probably should. And I've got a chocolate croissant, which might not be as good as the other chocolates I've been having, but still looks. And the ship is now
Just pulling into Genoa. Spot the difference.
All walking passengers may proceed with other passengers with cars to the garage and shore.
I do not know how I get off this ferry. Buongiorno. Foot passenger. Well, no car.
No car. This way.
So they said foot passengers go to the blue stairs. There's a few blue stairs. I tried at least one. Maybe I've not gone far front enough. Okay, further front apparently. This is like an abandoned ferry right now. It's a maze. I'm going to end up back in Corsica at this rate. And then where do I go from here? It may be down here, but I have no idea. I just found this staircase off the side. I'm lost again. Am I in the right place? Okay, so I need to follow this road over to the elevator, then take the elevator to the walkway. And here is my ship. Right, I think we're on the home straight now. So there's a pedestrian bridge that you have to walk along to reach the terminal. So I'm on the way there now. And then I guess then I can leave the port. Someone just stopped to ask me a question. I was like, don't ask me, I've got no idea what's going on. Alright, I think I'm going through here. Nope. Of course, that would be too easy. Ah, sortie this way. Or Corsica, as they say in Italian. I'll finish the video off here as that is my train just behind me. But I do have one more day on this DIY cruise that I'm calling a cruise day trip. So do stay tuned for that. And if you're sticking around now, take a look at this video, which is all about another ferry that I took. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!